Hello, my absolutely adaptable financial fashionistas. This is Joy with Joyful Budgeting Co. and welcome to a special bi-weekly cash stuffing session. I know this is way late. As a matter of fact, almost exactly 2 weeks late. Today, we're stuffing our bi-weekly envelopes and reconciling debit card transactions, pulling cash to reimburse for items that are usually paid in cash from my wallet, but had to be covered by my debit card or credit card during these chaotic weeks. This is stability in action, flexible systems that work with real life. Let's celebrate a budget that adapts without breaking. In our bi-weekly stuffing, we have 50, 150, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 5, 75, 85, 95, 100. Sorry, that's 400, 510. So we have $410 that we need to put towards our bi-weekly cash stuffings. Now, usually we have $200 that we put in gas. However, oops, part of our orchid decided to join us there. However, we have receipts in here instead because we were not able to cash stuff. I pulled the cash, but then life happened to me and I just simply was not able to get everything in the envelopes. So in gas, we have an $80 receipt and a $70.40 receipt. So that's $150. I'm going to say 150 because there's 40 cents there. I'm going to say that change is negligible. So we've got $150 that we need to pull out of the 200 that we usually stuff in here to put back in the bank. So let's see, we've got 50, 100, 20, 40, 50. So that's $150 that we will be putting towards our bank account to cover these receipts. Next, we had our groceries. And from the previous week, we had $25 remaining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this right here. And we normally stuff $150 over a 2-week period, which would be 2 50s, 2 10s, and 2 5s. However, we did go grocery shopping. And in our grocery shopping sessions, we did spend, let me take a look here. We spent a total of $120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this money here and put it to the side to cover groceries, and these remaining funds I'm going to leave here because they are going to go towards our rollover challenge. And then for the kids, we have a total of $40 in fives that we usually stuff in here. So that's 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40. And out of this $40, the kids did do some spending, but let's see how much they had total. They had 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61. So they have $61. However, they did do McDonald's a couple times and they did some ice cream, which the ice cream I did pull cash out of their envelope, but the McDonald's I did not. And at McDonald's, the kids spent a total of $43. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put that to the side to go back to the bank, which leaves the kids 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, $18. I think what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to leave them with some 5s and 1s here. So here we go. So now that's an easily condensed $18. And then for my personal spending, I did spend some, but I was supposed to give myself $20. So I'm going to put 20 in here, which means now I have for the next 2 weeks 150, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 1, 2, 3, $303. I did do a little something for Mother's Day, and I also did some additional things for a couple of people that I didn't budget for, and I took the additional funds needed out of my spending envelope. So now in our rollover funds, we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, 105. So $105 that we are rolling over from our gas and groceries over the last couple weeks. So this $105 will go towards, oh, and I totally forgot, you guys. I did buy some books and I spent $75 on books. So that leaves $10 in here. So I will need to correct this because we no longer have 85. We have $10 remaining in here. So I will update this after we've stuffed. What I honestly may do is just go ahead and refill it with what's in here and then continue on with school. That sounds honestly like a great idea. So we will get a total of 75 from here. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 5, and that will top things off to where we've got our $85 in here again. So that'll save me a step when it comes to having to fix our tracker. There we go. And then for school, we will be adding $30. And let's see, are we able to check off another box here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 50, 70, 90, 400. So we can 10, 15, 25, 26, 27, 28. So $428. We can check off another box. And for some reason, I do not have a black marker here with me. So I'm going to check this off in silver to signify we now have $400. And we will keep moving through our school savings. We are at that halfway point, which is amazing. Financial Fashionistas, today's bi-weekly stuffing with reconciliation is teaching me something beautiful about flexibility within structure. Life got chaotic. I used my debit card for things I normally pay cash for, and now I'm reconciling, pulling cash to reimburse those transactions. This isn't chaos. This is wisdom. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." I planned to use cash for everything, but the Lord established different steps these last few weeks, and my system is flexible enough to handle it. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. There's a season for perfect cash envelope living, and there's a season for use the debit card and reconcile later. Both are valid. Both are wise. Stability isn't rigid. It's flexibility within a framework. Here's what I love about James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you without finding fault. God isn't criticizing me for my use of my debit card instead of cash. He's not finding fault that I fell behind on my challenges. He's giving wisdom generously for how to get back on track. This reconciliation we're doing today, this is that wisdom in action, acknowledging what happened, making it right, and moving forward without shame. That's how stability handles the mess of real life. So when we take a look at all that we will be reconciling, let's get these funds back in order so we can make some quick sense of it. We'll put our receipts to the side there. And those receipts I will be scanning into Fetch. We have a total of 50, 150, 250, 70, 90, 310, 330, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got $388 that we are taking back to the bank to put towards what our rollover was for our rent that we used towards these items that we would usually pay in cash. That is another adaptive biweekly stuffing complete. We stuffed our envelopes, reconciled our debit transactions, proving that our system is flexible enough to handle real life without falling apart. Our stability includes the grace to adapt and reconcile. Thank you for celebrating flexible systems with me, my wonderful financial fashionistas. You're proving that wisdom adapts without abandoning the plan. This is Joy with Joyful Budgeting Co, reminding you that God gives wisdom generously without finding fault. Keep adapting with grace, and I'll see you in just a few moments for our Fun Friday cash stuffing.